Guys, good morning and welcome to a very sunny, although you can't tell right now because I'm in my inside cabin with no window, Cozumel in Mexico. Now, I'm here on Carnival Horizon for one day as part of this 6-night cruise out of Miami and back. Now, I find it kind of odd that I haven't been to this port before because it's actually one of the most popular cruise ports in all of Mexico for cruise ships to visit. And I feel as though I talk to so many people who say, oh yeah, our cruise is going to Cozumel, or yeah, we went to Cozumel, and I've just never ever been. So I actually am really looking forward to getting ashore and seeing what the port looks like. Now, I did go upstairs for breakfast, and we have got 3 other cruise ships in with us today. We've got 2 Carnival ships and a massive Royal Caribbean ship. So why continue talking here? Let's go up to the top deck, do a bit of ship spotting, because if you know me at all, you'll know that I can't get enough of that. So I'll see you all up on the top deck. Right, here we are. We're now on the deck, and the weather today is absolutely beautiful. It's like mid-80s in Fahrenheit, so whatever that would translate to in Celsius. Now, behind right now is Carnival Vista, which I'll flip the camera to give you a better view. But this is actually the original Vista class cruise ship. Now, what makes that so interesting is that Carnival Horizon, which is the ship I'm currently on, is also a ship in the same class. So it's also considered Vista class. And if you followed my channel when I was on Carnival Panorama, well, she's another one. So the 3 of those ships are all considered to be the same class. Now, I guess without getting too ship geeky, loads of people ask me, Fraser, what do you mean when you tell us about a ship class? The reality is it's dead simple. When a cruise line orders a bunch of ships to get built from whatever shipyard, they often will order a certain number within one class. So in this case, Carnival would have ordered, well, right now in this dock, 3 anyway, Vista class cruise ships. Now the first one they will call Carnival Vista, the second they'll call Horizon, they'll then get Panorama. And basically that means that all of the ships are built exactly the same. The only thing that really changes is some interior differences. So for example, on here, you've got a sports bar, but on Carnival Panorama, you've got a Heroes like military tribute bar. But it's exactly the same place, it's in the same location, it's just branded very, very differently. So it's so interesting to see this cruise ship right beside the one that we're on, given the fact that they're an identical build. Now, the other interesting thing about that ship, which you might have clocked if you're, well, quite eagle-eyed, is that the paintwork on that is so different. I think it looks so much older, but Carnival Horizon has been redone with that blue livery that you'll see on the outside, whereas Carnival Vista right now is still sitting with that very, shall we say older traditional white and red Carnival print, so it looks very, very different. Anyway, let me show you the other side of the ship, because there's probably some of you guys watching this thinking, when is he going to go ashore? So I could talk about ships all day, so look, I'll head over there, show you who's with us over there, and then tell you where we're going today. Okay, 2 more ships that we need to talk about before we get off this ship. Now, the first one is Carnival Glory, which is docked right beside us. Now, this ship was launched back in 2003, so it's much, much older. And quite a lot of people get a fright when they wake up on a cruise that docks somewhere like this, if they've got a balcony, and they suddenly realise they've got that next door. So yeah, always make sure, before you go to bed on a Caribbean cruise, shut your curtains, because the worst thing that could happen is you wake up and there's someone on their balcony waving in at you as you wake up. Anyway, the last ship to look at here is probably, I mean, it's definitely my favourite out of who we've got with us today. Now, if I spin round, you might be able to see, but behind me now, we have got Royal Caribbean's Harmony of the Seas. Now, I've never cruised on Harmony, but I have cruised on Symphony, as you will know, and absolutely loved it. I had a ball on that ship. So yeah, I'm very jealous of absolutely everybody that's on there today. But look, what are we getting up to today? Because you're not tuned in to just listen to me geek out about cruise ships. Now, as I said, I've never been to Cozumel port before, so my plan, to be honest, is to get off, to go and explore, and to hopefully help you see what you could get up to if your ship is visiting here for the day. I'm not planning to leave the port area at all, because, to be honest, I kind of want to come back and enjoy a day of peace and quiet on the ship. So yeah, let me show you what the cruise port looks like and the immediate area around the port, and then we'll come back and just chill out on board. So I guess nothing more to talk about on here. Let's go and get off the ship. In case it's not pulling through in my videos, I am having an absolute ball on board Carnival Horizon. I'm so pleasantly surprised at the quality of ship and the standard of the onboard experience, considering the really low prices that Carnival are charging. Anyway, more on that in another video. Here we are heading down the gangway, and as soon as we hit that dock, one thing that I just could not believe was the fact it felt like there were ships everywhere. You could almost touch one ship on the left and then just reach out and touch the other ship on the right. It was so cool. Cruise Critic claimed that over 4 million passengers visit Cozumel per year on cruise ships, and some days there can be up to 8 cruise ships docked. Can you even imagine how busy that would be? Anyway, here's the duty free, which you will walk through as you either go from the ship or back to the ship. In here you can buy anything. You can buy perfume, you can buy jewellery, you can buy sunglasses, you can buy, you guessed it, Scottish shortbread. I never thought I would visit duty free in the middle of Mexico and be able to buy a box of Scottish shortbread. So weird. Right, here is outside the dock. You're still well within the cruise port here. So this is a fully secured area, and all of these other people are still cruise passengers. When you come out from your ship, you'll see this welcome sign that shows you all the different ships that are in today. Now, what I would say about Cozumel as a cruise port is it is an absolute tourist trap. I would very rarely say that about a cruise port, but as you look around here, you'll get more of a feeling for just how much this feels like the Disneyland of cruise ports. Is probably the best way I would put it. Let me leave you to have a little look around here, and I'll catch up with you properly on that subject in a little second. Do you know what? This is probably the best example of a tourist trap port that I could ever find. This whole place is just built and designed for the cruise ships coming in. But I actually don't hate it. I usually couldn't stand somewhere like this, but this is actually so much fun. So all down the front there, you've got bars, restaurants, what looks like clubs. And in this section here is basically like a little wildlife reserve bit. I mean, it's small, but you've got iguanas, you've got turtles, and I think they just come and go as they please. Like, there's nothing, other than these steps, there's nothing stopping them getting out. But yeah, at the moment, Cozumel, I am a big fan, and I'm still in the cruise port. So what I would say is, if you are stopping here, make sure that you at least get off for a wander around here. If nothing else, have a look at the main sort of promenade here and head back, because this is a lot better than other Mexican cruise ports that I've stopped at before. But look, I'm going to keep exploring, so let's head along. One thing that I was so surprised to find here in the cruise port was how keen everybody was to buy t-shirts. Every shop I looked at had some crazy special offer for t-shirts, whether it was 4 for 20, 4 for 18. Look at how many people were picking through those shelves a second ago. I have no idea why they're buying all these t-shirts here or how they're so cheap here, but no other port, even other ones in Mexico, have advertised these t-shirts so aggressively. If you know what that's for, please let me know in the comments, because I totally missed it. Anyway, it's now time to head out of the secure area into Cozumel town, or the downtown area. I'll leave you to have a look around here, and I'll catch up with you in a minute. Guys, the only word I have for out here, unfortunately, is wow. Like, I mean, I visited a couple of Mexican ports. So I was in Cabo, I was also in Puerto Vallarta, Mazatlan, I've been to Ensenada, but this place, oh my goodness, this place is very different to the rest of them. Now, I'm assuming that when people say they love Cozumel, they love the port area, which is on the other side of those gates, because as soon as you come out here, honestly, it just, and we're going to leave them on actually, it changes so dramatically. Every single second up there is saying to people, no thank you, no thank you, no thank you. And it's almost back to, if you remember what my vlogs were like in the Middle East, when people were constantly trying to pester you. Like, to be very clear, I don't feel unsafe at all, but it's just like everyone is trying to massage me, everyone's trying to give me drinks, everyone's trying to, oh goodness knows what else, but I'll get me in taxis, that's the other thing. So yeah, I'm now just going to head back towards like the main strip, because I've kind of walked along a little bit. To give you your bearings, the ships are just right behind me there, and yeah, I'm probably like a 3-minute walk away from the port gates. So I'm going to go back, stick around the port gates and see if I can find any nice streets in this part of Cozumel, and if not, I'm going to head back into the other side there and crack on. The only other thing that I should mention is that I told you about all the t-shirts in there, and it's 4 for $20, 4 for $19, 4 for $18.95, and it keeps going down, and they're all fighting with each other. You come out here and I've just seen a sign that was offering 7 t-shirts for $20. Like, who in their right mind is buying 7 Mexico tourist branded t-shirts? If that's you, we need to talk. But yeah, anyway, look, let's head back along here. I'm gonna have to turn the camera off so I can beat people away, because I don't need a massage right now. I'll see all of you in a bit. Just as I was beginning to give up hope, I found this, and I knew exactly what I wanted to buy. Do you know? Let's see. I went straight inside and straight up to the fridge, and that's where I found my absolute favourite, Fanta. However, look one shelf up. Here we go. Okay, I think I've found somewhere where I can sit for a minute without being badgered, which is great. So yeah, what I've found, this really sweet little plaza. So this is called, there's a sign for it, Mayan Plaza. So if you're coming here, make sure you check this out, because this is actually really nice little local shops. And at the end there, they've got one, I mean, I think it's just a mock one, but like a mock Mayan ruin, and inside is a museum. So let me take you inside and show you what that looks like. Now, I have decided to go for a Mexican version of Fanta Orange, because anybody that's followed me for any longer than 5 minutes will know that I genuinely don't think you'll get anything more refreshing on a hot day. Now, the best thing ever just happened when I went in to the petrol station to buy it, because nowhere else here really takes card. And well, long story short, I went in and it turns out this was $1 US, and I only had a card. And she said, oh, sorry, no cash, no cash. I said, okay, that's fine. And the American lady behind me said, oh, well, pay it forward. Like, let me buy it, please let me buy it. Just promise me that you'll pay it forward. And I thought, do you know what? That has absolutely restored my faith in humanity today. So when I get to Miami, I'm going to buy someone a coffee. And I can't, yeah, that's going to be nice actually, because I haven't done that for ages. But yeah, whoever you were in that 7-Eleven, if you happen to find me, I know you're on another Carnival ship because you had a lanyard on, but if you happen to find me on YouTube, then thank you so much, because this hot little Scottish person really needs a drink. But for now, with my fake Fanta called Mirinda, cheers. Are you ready to see something really, really cool? We're about to walk inside this Aztek structure into a museum. How cool is this? I didn't expect to find this. I didn't find it advertised anywhere. I just saw that little hand-painted sign outside that said museum and chose to walk in and give it a try. I wish I had loads of really amazing facts to tell you right now. The reality is, I don't. So I came in here to have a look round, and I just wanted to show you, because this is a prime example of the kind of things that you find when you just go off of the ship and go for a walk. Guys, do you know what? I'm really glad that we came in here. I bet most people just come up to here, take a picture at that Cozumel sign with this in the background, and then turn around and go back to the ship. It's really badly advertised that it is actually a little museum in here, and it's so interesting. So you come in, you learn all about history, all about tequila, all about just the local culture here. And don't worry, this vlog is not about to turn into an educational experience on Cozumel or Mexico generally. We don't have time for that. And I also don't have the headspace for that, so definitely don't worry. But look, I think I've probably seen all that I want to see from this little area. So let's head back over towards the port, spend a little bit of time wandering back around there, because I did really enjoy it in there, considering it is a total tourist trap. And then I'll see all of you properly when we get back on board Carnival Horizon and back into my cabin. Okay guys, I am now back at the cruise port, which means that I am now through the final, let's say, money grabbing exercise of the trip. Behind me right now it looks tranquil. You can maybe hear that in front of me isn't. And if I turn around, we're about to cover cruise life lesson number 1 in these ports. So every single one of these people right now is heading back onto either Carnival Vista, Carnival Glory or Carnival Horizon. And to be honest, every second that passes, the queue is getting longer, longer and longer. So the lesson is, make sure you come back here in plenty of time, but also bring a snack, bring water, because I think we might be waiting for quite some time. I'll update you on how long this takes when we get up to the room. I'm back, and do you know what? I'm going to hold my hands up. I was completely unfair with what I said earlier about the really long queues, and I'll update you on how long it takes, because actually I got to the ship and we didn't even have a queue. So I mean, goodness help you if you were waiting to get on to one of those other ships, because they both looked horrific. However, on here it was totally fine. I imagine it's because we've got the latest sail away today, so by the time we leave, all the other ships will have gone. So I think all those people going back, it must have been approaching the point where their all aboard time would cut off. Now, anyway, one thing I wanted to mention before, I'm going to have to get up, but before I wrap up on today, was towel animals. And I've spoken about this before on Carnival Cruises, but they are excellent. I absolutely love them. If you have seen my towel animal video, you'll know that I also really enjoy making them. But this guy here, I don't even know what this is. I guess, let's go with, if we were to do this with the ears, well, okay, they won't go up, but let's just go with the back. This is a rabbit. What else do we have here? I'm actually keeping them from this whole cruise. So we've got 4 in total. So we've got the rabbit, we've then got this guy, which, let's go with an elephant for him. I think that's definitely fair. Oh, I mean, this one is also good, actually. Oh, okay, he's just lost an eye. But we've got like a bear here, and then a one-eyed bear, and the final one, this thing is excellent. No idea what it's meant to be, but I'm gonna say it's a dinosaur. So here, you've got two eyes at the very top, and then yeah, a dinosaur. I honestly love the fact that Carnival still do them, because so many cruise lines now have totally come away from towel animals. So yeah, Carnival, keep that up. Now, let's just talk about today quickly. So today I really enjoyed that. I actually have really missed just getting to a port with no idea what I'm doing and just get off and have a look. What I would say for Cozumel is that if you're planning to stay local, it's pretty good for shopping. It's really good for drinking. So if you want to get off and go to some bars and go to like a cafe where you can just sit and drink tequilas all day, then that's going to be the port for you. That was, yeah, very popular today, were all the kind of party bars all the way along the shorefront looking out at the ships. So yeah, not really my scene, or well, not my scene at all, but if that's your kind of thing, you're going to really enjoy Cozumel. You can also do excursions and stuff, but to be honest, today was always going to be a down day for me today. So I've enjoyed getting off, seeing a new part of the world that I've never been to before, and I'm now back in the ship to relax, I guess. Now, one thing that I did want to mention about the ship is, and I've seen a big difference between Carnival Panorama and here. Now, quite a few people have asked how I've found the ship overall, because I've just got off of a Virgin cruise, and before that I was on a Cunard cruise. Now, both of those companies are quite famous for taking really good care of their ships, generally speaking. And, well, Virgin, I mean, the ships are still brand new. But one thing I would say on here is that I've seen a real hit or a real decline in the kind of maintenance and the upkeep of this ship versus even Panorama, which is just a year or two newer. Now, let me show you the corridor. Now, out in the corridor, at the end of each handrail, almost every single handrail is missing a little bit, and it's beginning to drive me absolutely insane, because it's not just one, it's all the way up to the point where this thing here, this thing here hit me in the head coming down the corridor on the way back to this room, which is why I wanted to talk about it in this video. Now, this is the bit off of one of those handrails. The reason why it hit me in the head is because someone threw it at their friend, who then either ducked or they had a terrible aim and it hit me instead. So not only are bits flying off or being picked off, but they're getting thrown about down the corridors. Like, come on. Come on. We've also had like broken automatic doors for this whole cruise. There's quite a lot of kind of strips on the floor, on the decks that are peeling up. There's lots of paint missing from outside. And look, I get it. I totally get that these ships are difficult to maintain. But at the same time, that argument doesn't really stand when I've been on basically the same ship that's just a year newer, 3 weeks ago. And it was a very, very different story. So I'm hoping that all these little things get looked at on here, because it's very noticeable when you go from Panorama onto here, the kind of shortfalls that exist on here. Now, what I would say from a service point of view, the service on here is excellent. It's far better than I expected Carnival to be, given the fact that from a price point perspective, it is much, much lower than the majority of other ships that I'll be travelling on this year. So very impressed with that. Just, yeah, the physical maintenance could probably do with a bit of love, is maybe the way I would word it. Like, it's not a disaster by any stretch, just things like this. I don't pay money to come on a cruise for people to start throwing bits off the handrails, do you know? But anyway, that aside, moan over, rant over, let's talk about closing off today. Now, I'm not going to take you out and about around the ship tonight, because I need to crack on and finish editing my ship tour for here, so that when I get to, well, New York, very exciting, at the end of this cruise, I can get on Wi-Fi and upload it to YouTube. So I'll fill you in on the next part of my trip and what's happening now in my next video, which will be Disembarkation Day, which gives me tonight and all day tomorrow to crack on with as much content as I can possibly create in 24 hours. But look, come and join me. I was about to say thanks for watching, but not yet. Come and join me up on the top deck, because all the other ships have left now and it's just us to go. So I'll see you up there. Okay guys, as you can hopefully tell, I'm now up on the top deck, getting ready to sail away. Now, unfortunately, we ain't sailing away, and it doesn't look like we're moving anywhere anytime soon. Now, this is our third port on this cruise, and this is the third port that we've been late leaving because people have been late coming back to the ship. But I've never seen it where every single port on an itinerary. I think that is going to go 2 more times, so okay, maybe not. Anyway, we are 25 minutes late leaving port today, and they keep doing loads of announcements to try and get people to hurry up. Now, yeah, in my opinion, it's just not acceptable. I've never seen it on a cruise where so many people are late back. Like, it's ridiculous. So what I would say, if you're planning to go on a cruise, whatever you need to do to be back to the ship on time, just do it. They even made a joke on here this morning to say, look, you've all been late back 2 days in a row, don't do it for a third day or we're leaving you behind. And annoyingly, Carnival haven't left them behind, so here we are, we're still waiting. But look, anyway, I will finish this video by showing you what sail away from Cozumel looks like, because it looks as though we are actually, or it sounds as though we're actually about to leave. Now, hopefully you've enjoyed seeing a little bit of Mexico today. I, as you know, I'm going to end this video now, so I'm not showing you out and around the ship tonight, but if you head over to all my other videos, you'll be able to see all around Carnival Horizon on there. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, it'd be great, as you know, if you could jump down, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel while you're there. But look, I'm going to go, hopefully, cross everything, watch us sailing away from our final Mexican port on this itinerary, and I will see all of you in a couple of days' time. Great, thanks for tuning in, guys. Bye.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, put your hand to the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah, but I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on this shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget.
If you enjoyed this video today, did you know that you can become a member of my YouTube channel for an exclusive behind the scenes look at some of the ships that I'm travelling on? If you're over on Patreon, then I would love to see you over there. All you have to do to join me on that community is just search www.patreon.com/Fraser@Sea. Both my YouTube memberships and my Patreon site lead directly to me getting on more cruise ships, and both offer a completely behind the scenes look at what's going on.